Well, okay, tubers, tubettes, and of course my ever-widening circle of crazy people. I'm here with my buddy, Lizelle.
Hi. Hi.
And Lizelle has been kind enough to grant us some of her time to talk about the 90-day fiance process. And we're going to discuss her impression of America when she was living there, and whether she prefers it here in the Philippines or in America. So I'm just going to ask you a few, and she's nervous.
Hi. I'm a little nervous. This is my first time on YouTube.
That's okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
You met your fiance. Now, I'm just going to cut to the chase. We'll leave out all the details about how you guys met and all that kind of stuff. But she met who is now her husband while you were working in a convenience store.
Yes.
Right? And so they courted, they dated, they did all that, and then they decided that they wanted to become husband and wife. And he wanted her to come to America with him so that he could marry her in America. Am I correct so
Yes.
far? All right. So I think your husband told me that it took about a year to get all the paperwork together.
Yes.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you went to the embassy, you took your paperwork, and the last step was a medical.
Yes.
And what happened at the medical?
We thought that was easy and done in like 4 days, I think, or 5 days. But I was positive with cold TB.
TB,
But, yeah,
tuberculosis.
that was, I didn't expect that. I mean, so we're really excited after that. I thought my husband bring me to America, but since it's positive, I was trapped like 8 months just to release.
Months.
Yes, I have to be there for 6 months taking the medicine. Every day you have to go every morning just to take that one pills and go home, but you have to come back every day until you complete in 6 months. And then after the 6 months, they redo and test you again, make sure you're clear. And then finally, it's cleared, but it took 2 months to release. So that was total of 8 months to release my medical, and I'm ready to go for interview in embassy.
Again.
Yes. Just one time interview.
Got it. So I want this to be kind of a public service message, if you will, because a lot of guys come over, they're meeting up with their loved one, they want to do the exact same thing. And I'm not trying to be negative Nancy here, but this is a true life story of what has happened, and just make you aware of it. So to sum up, I was talking to her now husband, but back then he was your fiance. That you guys got all this stuff put together, did all the documents, all the hoo-ha, and got your appointment. They came in, and the last step was to go to St. Luke's and take a medical, where they did an x-ray. And according to them, she had a shadow on her lung, and that meant that she had TB. So I was just checking with her now husband before we did the video. He said, yeah, he said, I had to put her up in Manila,
Yes.
in your own little place. He stayed with you for a few weeks, I think.
Yes.
And then he came back to America and had to leave you alone
Yes.
at the apartment. And the apartment was about this big. Right?
That was too small, but my husband is really wanted me to have company, so I have my mother with me.
And so he had your mother come and stay with you.
Yes, for that small little apartment. It's
And
just too small.
And so every day you had to she had to have an apartment by the embassy or the consulate, or what was it? Or the hospital.
No, it's not hospital. You have to find your own place, which it's our own expenses.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
found your own apartment,
Yes.
but it had to be close to the hospital. Is that where you went every day?
Yes, it has to be. So you can save money, of course, for the jeepney.
Sure. Okay. So she had to, just so to clarify, for 6 months in a row, this young lady had to go to St. Luke's at 5 o'clock in the morning?
You don't have to, but I usually go there before 8.
Before 8.
Yeah.
And you had to take a pill or 2 or 3 pills or something like that?
I remember that was 1, and then like until it's 3 of it.
Okay.
3 pieces of big pills, which is make you choke up if you don't know how to swallow it. Yeah.
Okay, so you had to take a big pill, and I think your husband told me a couple of little pills 6 months consecutively every day. And so he went to America. He had to bust a move and work and make extra money. He had to work extra hard because now he's supporting you and your mom here in Manila, while he's in America. And then, if I understand correctly, he flew back here when the 6 months was over, and you two were reunited, and then you went for the last interview, right?
Yes.
And you passed that interview. So after you got the medical clearance, but then you had to wait 2 more months before you could actually get on a plane?
No, actually, after I'm released at the medical and then interview, and then I think we waited only like 2 weeks, and I have my visa.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then you went to America.
Yes. Yeah,
All
we
right.
fly right away before my visa expired.
Oh, you betcha. Let's get out of here. So you went to America with your fiance, and then how long were you there before you got married?
We didn't wait the 90 days, so it's like in 30 days we got married.
So you were married in America, and how long did you and your now husband live in America?
5 years in America, but we're like 9 years now together.
I understand.
Yeah.
And how long have you been back in the Philippines since the last time you were in America?
I think that was 3 years ago.
3 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here 3 years
So
ago.
you've been here 3 years, but you spent 5 years in America. What was your impression of America? What did you think of America? And you can be honest. I know you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but
When you're new, everything's really excited and it's fine. And then after, you stay there for 5 years, you know the real situation. Like you have to work just to earn money and pay bills.
okay,
It's stressful. I mean,
really?
yes. I mean, I don't know about the other Filipina, how they feel it, but in my situation, it's okay. But if I want to live or stay, I would choose my country.
So you told me something when we first chatted about this, I think about a month ago.
Yeah.
We were over at your place, May and I, and you said that no matter what, you were stressed because no matter how much money you earned,
Yes.
it went out the window.
It's
It
just-
went to swoosh.
It's like just a paper. Like, yeah, you have much this money, but it's just paying for bills. I mean, you have to work, but you have to use it to pay. And then where is the money? And like, you know.
So did
But
you,
I know America is a great country too.
Oh,
to
it
live.
is.
Yeah. There's a lot of opportunity to go work, but yeah, but it's not good to stay there. I mean, for me, I would choose my country.
so after
It's for
5
me,
years,
but there's a lot of other Filipino that likes America.
Yeah.
I mean, but we have different perspective in life.
doesn't everybody? And that's why I'm so happy to talk to you, because most of the time when I talk to somebody, they say, "Oh, America's so," they love it,
Yeah.
and they like the food, they like the organization, they like that, but it stressed you out.
For
And
me.
when I first heard that from you, I said, "Man, you sound like myself," because you reminded me of me. And he said, like, I would go to work every day, and it didn't matter how much money I made.
Yeah.
It's like I don't see myself being able to
said,
save
"Where
anything.
is my money?
It was
It
always
just
going
goes
out the
away."
door for something. And if you made 3, you spent 31. If you made 5, you spent 52. And you were always, under pressure, bringing the cabbage, as we say. And so Did you get an opportunity to get into the snow?
Yes, and if
Oh,
you
tell us about the snow, because all Filipinas love, they see snow, including my wife, and they say, oh, it's so pretty, I want to go in the snow. Why don't you share about the snow experience?
if you're new, it's everything is excited and snow is beautiful to see or look, but it's not good when you're feeling. I mean, it's just in the first time you enjoy it, and then after that, no, I don't like it anymore. It's too cold, and I don't like wearing those thick jacket.
Right.
It's just, you know, I like wearing a light shirt like this.
There you go. So you heard it here, ladies, all you ladies that want to go from the Philippines to America and experience the snow, there's the snow story. It's fun the first time. And then after that,
Yes.
shoveling snow and driving on snow.
Yeah, and actually my experience, it's make my nose bleeding, and then I don't know why. It's just the dry heat from we use a firewood to heat our house,
Right,
and other also, but that's caused me bleeding on my nose.
right. That's from low humidity, so you got real dry.
And I don't like wearing those thick jacket.
I don't blame you.
Um,
What was your impression of American people? Men and women and kids.
They're okay. I can't say negative for that. I love my family there. Hi to my Lokerco family and my church family at Eugene Christian Church. I love them. They treated me like family.
Cool.
I love that church.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we got married there.
And
So, but
Yep.
the other, they're okay, but they're not really friendly like people here.
that's a fair statement. That's not going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
When you were walking by strangers at the supermarket or on the sidewalk or whatever, did you feel the same sense of friendliness or openness that you have in the Philippines?
No, not really. I mean, just smile to the people. Smile me. That's it. They're okay.
Did you meet or interact with other Filipinos or Filipinas while you were there?
Yeah.
And did they like it? Or they didn't? Or mixed feelings?
I think most of I met those Filipina there is seems like they enjoyed. I mean, maybe because they're meeting every weekend, but I'm different. I'm just probably I have one or two close friends there. That's it. I'm not really socialized person being a lot of friends or meeting with a lot of Filipina.
Understood.
Yeah.
So you've been back in the Philippines now 3 years.
Yes.
Do you still feel stress?
No, not really. But yeah, there's still a little stress, especially we're pressing about, you know, planning for building house. Yeah.
It's a different
Papers,
stress
yeah.
though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's one,
Yeah.
what they're doing is they're building a house. They're trying to get the water turned on.
Yeah, and then
That's,
for fencing
that's a
permit,
rodeo.
Yeah. Papers.
Oh, man.
Philippines like papers.
Yeah. It took May and I 90 days, not fiance. We were 90-day fiancés in the Philippines. We were just trying to get the paperwork together. It took us 3 months. So you're back here, and if you had to pick, I think I know the answer to this, to live for the rest of your life, would you stay in the America or would you stay in the Philippines?
Philippines.
What's the number one reason for the Philippines?
Close to your family and the weather.
And the weather.
Yes.
What about the food?
Yeah, exactly. The food too.
You like the food here?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
fish and the dried fish.
Yeah, did you miss that when you were home? I mean, in America?
Oh yeah, but I can buy it there.
Yeah.
But not oftenly. Probably I eat dried fish maybe once a month. But I can cook it every day because we live in the country.
Okay.
But it seems like I used to the food there also, so it's not bothering me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're back in the Philippines now 3 years. You have stress, but it's Philippine stress as opposed to the American stress of trying to make the bills and the budget and going to work and the
Yeah.
commute in the snow and all that kind of jazz. Were you impressed with stuff like Walmart, where you could walk into one place and get
Oh.
everything done?
My experience when my first time there in Walmart is I noticed all the item is made in China.
Really?
So that was disappointing me. I thought, oh, I'm here in America. I thought everything is made in the US. It's all.
That's a very astute observation. That never occurred to me.
Has
But
it-
you picked up on it. So you look at a product like a whatever, any kind of gadget, and you'd see that it was made in China.
Yes, that was disappointing me when
That disappointed
I
you?
went to the store. It's
So-
almost like 99% is made in China.
What was your impression of like the food selection in the supermarkets and all that kind of stuff over in America compared to here?
Some of the store is actually pretty good and some is not. So it's okay. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I usually like miss the Filipino.
really,
Yes, yes.
really. Okay, fair
But
enough.
didn't really bother me.
And last question. If you were to advise anybody about trying to go over to America, is there anything you can tell them to maybe help them as far as what to expect if a Filipino
Going
or
there.
an American guy bringing his lady over? What was the biggest adjustment? I guess is my question. When you first got to America and you saw the roads and the highways and the stores and the snow and all that, I mean, your English is very good, so that
Thank
wasn't a
you.
problem for you. But what was the biggest adjustment for you? Was it the food, the weather, the people,
The weather,
the weather?
yeah, I have to adjust it. And the people, of course, that you talk to
Uh-huh.
and the people that you're around.
And so were they, I don't think they were mean to you, were
No,
they?
no. It's
But they were
just-
different.
Just the language.
Oh, the language.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they talk louder? Or did they seem angrier or nicer or
No,
no?
they were actually enjoyed talking to me, or to those that people wants to talk to me.
I have another question, and I will wrap it up. I've often thought in my head, what would people think of me being an older guy walking around with my wife May, who's 30 years younger? Would I get funny looks? Now, your husband, I don't know how much older he is than you, but I know he's older. Did you
Yeah.
ever experience that or no?
Yes. I'm gonna tell this. When we went to church, different church, because we have some event that we went to, there's a lady that said, "Is that your grandpa?" Yeah,
I
so
thought that only happened on YouTube. Oh my God, that's funny.
of course I said no, it's my husband. Of course I'm proud to say it. I mean, yeah, some is they're making their eyebrows up, but I don't care.
Oh, that's too funny. What did your what was your husband's reaction to that?
And my husband said, "Why he thought that I'm your grandpa? I'm look Filipino also." So you're not.
So that was at church.
Yes,
Someone
a
came up and
church
said, "That's
lady.
your grandpa."
Yeah.
What
And
did
then-
What did she do when you said, "No, that's my husband"?
She just up her eyebrow.
She just give you one of those.
Yeah, and then when we send money also, this is my experience also. The lady at Walmart thought I'm below 18, but I said no, I'm 30. I'm 30 already. I said, here's my ID, and then yeah, just the look, I think.
So she thought you were under 18,
Yeah,
and you told her, "No, I'm 30 something."
yes.
And her reaction was what? Was
She thought probably I'm the daughter of my husband. Yeah, I mean, but I don't care. I know a lot of people think that, especially you know, Filipina always look young.
Yeah,
Even,
you guys do. I mean, you
yeah.
guys look 10 years younger than whatever you
Yeah.
are. Whatever, even a 60-year-old Filipino looks like she's 45 or 50.
Yes.
You know, it's just the way it is. You guys
Mm-hmm.
just, I don't know, there's something special about the water you're drinking or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that you guys have such a good attitude. You're always smiling. You're pretty much happy all the time. Adversity doesn't seem to affect you as much as it does in America or other countries. So I think that's awesome. And so you, hands down, you want to stay in the Philippines.
Yes.
You miss your church family back home because even though they thought you were his granddaughter, you still made big friends with everybody. I'm sure you had close friends there. Do you still communicate with them?
Yes.
You still chat with them?
Mhm.
Do you think you guys will ever go back to America for a visit?
I don't know because my husband really wants to stay here.
Yeah. And
So probably when we come back there, just stay 6 months, and 6 months here, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It could change.
yeah, nothing's planned right now.
Yeah.
And right now you guys are building a house.
Yeah, we're trying to get the paper all together,
Yeah.
and
But we'll revisit you in 3 or 4 years when that's done.
you can visit me. I don't know. Hopefully, well,
No, you'll get it knocked out. It's the bureaucracy, though, of the water and the power.
yes.
And I
And
think,
of course, you need to find a crew.
and a crew.
Yes, and we don't know yet who. So
Well, I think that once you get the water and the power and the internet and all that stuff, I think that's really the heavy lifting. You know, you own the place, you got the land, you've got the free and clear title, you did your due diligence with the lawyer and the surveyor, and then once you get the municipalities to on the same page, then all you have to focus on is the building itself. And
yes.
so you might go through 2 or 3 crews, I don't know. But that's another video for another time. Well, I want to thank you, my friend, for coming on the
Yeah.
channel.
No
and being
problem, and
brave,
thank you for having me too.
brave to sit next to your other grandfather over here and do an interview.
Oh, my
All right.
husband is handsome.
Oh, yes, he is. I will see you crazy people later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.